Welcome back. Today it's all about that wealth and how you create it. We host one on Gaitha, the CEO of Regal Africa Group. You ask what that is?
Regal has been there in my heart for many years, for decades, but I actually established it in 2015.
What is Regal all about? And why the name Regal? It's a tongue twister. I'm over here saying Regal, Regal. So please.
Do you know what Regal means?
Let's tell us, please.
So, why Regal? Again, it goes back to me being a very proud African woman. I'm proud of where I'm from and knowing that there's a lot that is in this continent that a lot of people don't see. Especially me going back to being in the States and people not really understanding what Africa was about. And the picture was always very negative. So Regal,
did you fix that for us, by the way?
I did do my part, and I will tell you that story. But around Regal, the name Regal actually means significant, magnificent, royal. So when you say I'm a Regal woman, it means you're from royalty, right? You're magnificent, you're significant, you're worth something. And so Regal Africa to me was just a play on the other side. People see the bad in Africa, but actually I wanted people to show the beauty of Africa. And so that's how Regal Africa was born.
Regal Africa, the financial services, is a company that offers financial services.
Yes.
What services are we talking about? Let's just touch on that just for a bit. And how long has Regal been there for?
So Regal Africa, like I said, it's been in my heart for very many decades, since I was in college, but I established it in 2015. And what Regal was established to do was to help clients create wealth.
Pesa tu?
Pesa tu. Pesa tu.
In what way?
I love money, and I like when people have money because we're all happy when we have money.
My new best friend.
Right?
It's all about the money.
So, because I understood how wealth is created, I know how money flows. Being in the financial service industry, I wanted to help people create wealth. And that starts with businesses, starts with individuals, institutions, and government. So when Regal Africa was established, was exactly that, to actually offer financial advisory to our clients and actually create value in their organization, or an individual like yourself wants to create wealth. You don't know, you are never informed. You come to us and we help you we help you on that wealth journey. Yes.
Right. And so far, would you say it's been a success? Are you proud of the services that you've offered people out there?
Yes, I'm proud of the services. I'm proud of what Regal has done the last 4 years, but I also think it maybe was done before its time. Timing is everything. In fact, the last couple of years I've been meditating around divine timing, and we all want to create wealth, we all want to make money, but we're ready to do what it takes. And that's what I've found. A lot of people are in a place where they want something, but they are not willing to do what it takes to actually do that. So for the people who have listened, the people who see value, it has actually helped them. For majority, they're still wait and see, especially us here in Kenya. We don't trust people, and we don't trust organizations because there's been a lot of fraud. So I don't blame people. It's just a matter of time.
So while you were away for 15 years, a lot happened. Yeah, things changed. And everything that changed went with the trust.
Yeah.
But I don't think you're doing badly off. Of course, you're a woman, yes. That's why you'd be passionate. But yours has gone an extra mile. What's so special about you helping your fellow female?
I don't know. But I'm a woman. I've always, when I was young, and you'd hear about these stories of people who have been taken advantage of, were actually women and children. In fact, when I was growing up, I told you I wanted to be a lawyer. And actually, I used to tell my mom I wanted to be a lawyer who actually works with women and children at the time. And then when the lawyer thing didn't work and I went into business, I'm really passionate about women in business. The other thing I think why women and why I support women a lot, when I was 14, my father passed away. And so my mom raised us, 14. 14 years old, and the person I could look up to was a mother who worked very hard to take care of 4 children by herself. And the strength of a woman that I saw, I said, you know what? Any other woman who wants to do the best and has limitations based on circumstances, I want to help her. So I think it's from me being a woman, from me seeing other women who want to do great things and maybe don't have the opportunity. I want to be able to help those women. And our society is very patriarchal, so that's just the way it is. But I think times are changing.
Times are changing.
Times are changing.
That's an inspiring story that you've given us right then.
With her advocate for the girl child and women, I wondered.
I am so sick and tired of people saying, oh, this independent women, this women who are making it in life they never ever have a man in their lives. Please tell them what the problem is.
I used to pride myself being an independent black woman or African woman. But as I've grown older, I pride myself in just being a woman. I'm not married yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I say it's just a matter of time. I'm praying about it and the right man will come along. I've always wanted to have a family.
Do you think you intimidate her?
You'll have to ask them. I don't know.
I'm sure you know.
And it's been said, a man who is intimidated by you is not the right man for you, right? So, yeah.
So what message would you have for all the girls or all the ladies out there? Because we live in a culture where a man is mwanaume ndo kusema na kutenda. But here you are. You've done so many things that most men actually cannot do. So how would you speak to that young girl or that woman who's out there who's scared of walking away from the marriage because it's going to be a disgrace? It's not allowed in the African culture for you to be single or walk out of your marriage. Hata kama amekukosea rudi tu, you'll fix it. Or even a young girl who's scared of working too hard because she comes from a background where marriage is key to success and not really education and being as independent. So what advice would you have for them? How do you look at this situation as a whole?
For every young girl out there, I tell them, just be you. Authentically who you are. Me and me. Love me, don't like me. Me and me, right? And it might take longer than others, but the right one will come along. So just be you.
As her advice in the kind of education to take in preparation for your career.
And I knew I needed to go into business leadership, and that's why I ended up doing an MBA. But there's some people that's not their path. So for everyone, you need to do what you think is going to benefit you, right? And I think education is very important. The right education is even more important. Don't just get degrees because you want to show somebody you have a degree. Are you using that degree? How is it going to help you to help others, right? So for me, all those courses that I took, I'm using them right now. I'm using my finance course. I work a lot with lawyers. I'm talking about real estate investment. I have clients all over the world. So global, international business is really important for me. And so I always tell people, take a course that actually aligns with your passion, with your purpose, if you know what your purpose is. Have that base, because that will help in the long run. But if you don't know, have a good education, have an education that can let you go into different places that you can actually explore, because you shouldn't be stuck with the decision you made at 18, 19, 20, right? Or the decision that your parents made. In fact, I think I was very lucky because the decisions that I made in my life were my decisions. I was not made to do any course. It was my decision.
That's really the decisions you made.
What?
She's gone all out to say that the decisions that she's made in her life were hard decisions, and she's so happy that her parents accepted your decisions. Yeah?
Yes.
Of course they have to, because every African parent wants you to be a lawyer, an engineer, accountant. You get so it's something that it's definite. If I had a daughter and she tells me, "Mom, I want to be a doctor," good job. Especially if you're going to pay your own school fees.
Yeah.
But you have a very inspiring story.
On that note, let's take a look at the Boss Lady Quote of the Day. Boss Lady Quote of the Day. Don't chase the money. Even if you want to be a banker, chase the passion, chase the dream. This quote is by Tyra Banks.
When I came home and when I started Regal, the reason I was doing that is because I wanted to create impact, right? Wealth creation for all and Africa economic development. That's my passion. That's what drives me to create solutions around that. And I've been reflecting, especially this year, because I got to a certain age where I needed to reflect on my life. And I had to ask myself, is the path I'm on the path that I should be, right? Is it taking me where I want to go, right? And so with that, I have realized what I'm aspiring to be is a business leader on this continent.